Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And this class is going to be geared more toward um, the intermediate level client and a little bit more of the beginner advanced moves coming into that practice. Today, you can always have a folded blanket, bath towel, whatever you have. If you need knee cushion, we're going to do a few things with the block. Now, the block is going to add some challenge in some of the exercises we do, and then it's going to act as a modification for another exercise we're going to do for those of you that cannot come up into the full, meaning bicycle. You can do a modified bicycle on one block or two blocks here, depending on how many blocks you have or what you want to do. That's why I have two. I'll kind of try to remember to show you different options. And then we'll use the ring today. We're going to use it to stretch and add a little bit more challenge to some core and some lower body work today, maybe even a little upper body work here as well. If you don't have one of these, it's okay. All this does is make something a little bit harder. So if you don't want to make something a little bit harder, you don't have to. So we'll put this to the side for right now and we'll get started. So let's start nice tall sit. Zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel, ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. Good. And you just relax the hands down wherever you need them. We're going to go into some neck stretches. So I'm just going to let that chin come towards my chest. I'm letting gravity give me that stretch down the back of the neck here. And notice how you breathe. If your body wants that head and neck to sink a little bit deeper on the exhale, let the shoulders relax. Remember, we want that expansion of the rib cage on the inhale. Good, and we'll come back up. Good. Let's take the chin and the head through the left. Shoulders and sternum stay forward, so this is no rotation in the upper body, just the neck. We'll look over here. Would really relax the side. Feel that stretch down the right side. Now to add something here if you want to, and this won't be appropriate for everyone, but you can always just play with different angles, taking it up, taking it down, little tilts, and just different little things to play with, finding your sweet spot. And then when you're ready, we'll take that head and neck back to center. We'll go to the right now. Inhale, exhale. Moving to the right. Make sure your left side is grounded. And then play with different angles if that's safe for you to do so. And then maybe even little tilted. Good. And we'll come back center. Good. Left ear, left shoulder. You can stay here. Again, you can play with that tilt, chin coming to the left armpit or going up to the right corner. And we'll come back to center, right ear, right shoulder. This is my tighter side this morning for sure. And then coming back up. Take some shoulder rolls forward and back. Good. Let's take the hands behind the head. And then from here, elbows are out, and I'm just going to bring them forward and back. Forward and back. Now from here, let's try that a little bit differently. Take your elbows forward. Now release your hands from behind the head. You can put them right on the shoulders. Now, could you open a little bit more, squeeze together? And then just take that into some circle. And then from here, when you're ready, let's go into some side bends. Then inhale, exhale, take that to the left and reach, 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 reach. And then choosing your path here. So as long as both sits bones are grounded, you can stay here. You can bend this elbow and side bend deeper. You can choose to open up towards the ceiling or belly button in, get a little C curve roll. So I'm C curving here, forehead is in the direction of the knee. I'm reaching through this arm. Forehead and knee are not touching. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, coming back up. We'll do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, taking that over. Good. Get a nice side bend here. Breathe and expand. And then you choose where you want to take it. Do you want to stay here? Do you want to side bend deeper? Do you want to open towards the ceiling? Or finding that C curve roll, reaching, rounding. And opening up and coming back to center. Let's go into a gentle twist. Inhale, exhale, rotate, arms come down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand that rib cage. We're preparing the spine for deeper work. Kind of loosens it up a little bit. Inhale, lift, exhale, go right to the other side, rolling shoulders back. And lift and come back. We're going to come onto our backs, which is supine. So I'm going to move this out of the way here. Now, while we're down here on supine, we're going to do some different things. So you do want to have your ring handy if you're going to use this here in a moment. Just have that right there. And as you come onto your back, you'll move any clothing out of the way that's kind of bunched up and just get a little windshield wiper. So your belly button is in tight here. Then when you're ready, now I'm going to take my arms out to the side so you can better see what my pelvis is doing or not doing. But your arms can be down by your side. We're going to go into some tilt and clock. So zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel, deep connection, belly button is into the spine. Find your safe neutral. Remember, pubic bone and hip bones are in that same plane. As you zip up, we're going to tilt that pelvis back. Posterior tilt, closing any space, and tilt it forward. Anterior tilt, creating a little bit of an arch. And take that back. Posterior tilt, and anterior tilt, and posterior tilt, and anterior tilt. Good. Now come back, safe neutral. Preparing for clock. Pubic bone is 6 o'clock. Belly button is your 12 o'clock. Your left side is your 3 o'clock. Your right side is your 9 o'clock. Zipping up. Here we go. Take it to 12, 6, 12, 6, 12, 6, 12. Here we go. Deep abdominal connection. Go to the 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. Pause. Reverse that. Take it to the 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12. Rock, rock back and forth. Let head and neck rock with you. Great job. All right. From here, let's take this into some bridges. So rolling your shoulders back. I want you to press the shoulders and the whole back of the arms into the mat. This is a prep for more advanced things. So we're going to get into rollovers today. We're going to get into some bicycles today. And this is part of that connection, allowing you to do those things. So rolling the shoulders back, pressing into the floor. Hips, knees, and toes are tracking. Press into the feet, lift those hips up to the ceiling. Your body will let you know when you shouldn't lift any higher. I'm pressing those arms into the mat. Now, bone by bone, starting from the mid-back, I'm going to roll down through that rib cage, through that lumbar, through that sacrum, back to safe neutral. Let's do that from the left, rocking it back through the lumbar, through the rib cage, through the mid-back, lifting up, arms are pressing in, lowering from the mid-back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, to the sacrum and rocking it back through the lumbar, through the rib cage, through the mid back. Hold it up there. Hold it up there. Press those arms in. We're holding it up there. Left leg lifts. We're going to lower, maybe a tap and lift, maybe a hover. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lift it up, foot comes down. Even it up. Press those arms into the mat. Right leg comes up. Same thing. And lift. And lift. And 3, 4, 5, and 6. Foot comes down. Even up those hips. We're going to lower it down from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, back to the tailbone. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Knees into the chest or towards the shoulders. Find yours. Good. We're going to come into some toe taps here. Still warming up those abs. Rolling shoulders back. Press those arms in. Single leg toe tap to begin. Knees are over the hips. Shins are parallel to the floor. It's called toe taps, but I want you to do this the hard way. I want you to come to a hover. I don't want you to tap the floor. Only moving from the hip. Nothing changes at the knee. See how nothing changes at the knee. I'm going to exhale as I bring that leg back in. Other side. Exhale, moving only from the hip, not from the knee. Good. Another side. If you're not sure what I mean by the knee, you just saw me move from the hip. This is what the knee movement is. This is not what we're doing. Okay, we're keeping that angle. One more time each side. Good. Now, if that's enough of a challenge, stay there. Those of you that want more, zip the legs together, double. And exhale. Double. Exhale, still press those arms into the mat, shoulders in the mat. Just reminded myself, belly button stays in. Woo. Don't let the low back arch, stay in safe neutral. Let's do one more. Good. And we'll take those feet back down to the floor. We're going to do a little bit of deep connection work here. So we're going to take the hands behind the head. And you can keep them out wide or bring them in here. What I don't want you to do is pull in the neck and do funny things here, okay? Use your abs to lift you up. So from here, I'm going to find my C curve. So I'm looking towards my thighs. I'm going to let that left leg kind of slide out a little bit here. And then I'm going to use those abs to bring that back in. Go to the right side. A little bit harder on the mat, especially this mat is made for hot yoga. Good. And bring that back up. And we'll go again. Exhale, find that connection as you drag. We'll go again. Good. Now lower down. Notice how you feel. Here we go. Now we're going to double time it, both legs. So everything zips up together here. Inhale, exhale. Find your C curve. And reach. Maybe you're in a little hover here. Watch that back. And I'm going to drag as I come back in. I'm going to reach that forward. I'm going to drag as I come back in. Reaching it forward. Drag as I come back in and lower that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. One more little challenge here. I'm going to stay lowered. I'm going to take my right leg forward. Good. So I'm dragging it out. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to C curve my upper body and lift. Good. I'm going to lift a little bit here and lower. Lift and lower. So where I'm feeling it is right through here. Okay. And I'm breathing. Good. Now from here, drag that back in, lower back down. Last time, and we're going to move on. Inhale. Exhale. See, curve it up. Find your core connection. Slide that left foot out. Good. And here we go. A little lift and a little lower. Deep work. I feel it more on this side. A little lift and a little lower. and a little lift, and a little lower, and a little lift, and a little lower. Drag this back in. I'm going to show you something here. So in a very advanced hundreds, you can take your legs low in that hover and come here. Okay. Bothers your back. We're not going to go there. We're going to lower down and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now I showed you that because we're getting ready to go into hundreds. So you can choose that nice deep connection with what we just did. Maybe your knees need to still be in tabletop, or maybe you need to be in a higher diagonal than what I just showed you. Remember, you'll also find a little bit more challenge if you take your legs in your Pilates V stand. Okay, so you find your hundreds that's going to work for you. For me, I'm going to take my hands behind the head. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to take my legs long. I'm going to come up. I'm reaching. I'm going to find that little hover. Oh, this is so deep. I'm going to release. Here we go with the hundreds. Belly button in. Start pumping. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rock the shoulders. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 5. Inhale. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Woo! And take that down. If you did that lower one, that was killer. But that made sense after doing those little connections. All right. From here, we are going to roll over to our side and come up to seat. We're going to practice some roll downs, roll ups, and roll overs here for those of you that have that. So if you're still working, have an issue, injury, or whatever, remember you can always do this bent knee, and you're just going to come back. You can hold on or reach here to your point of control, which is the point where either your feet need to lift or you need to go all the way back. Okay, so this is a nice place to practice. You can also do that with long legs. Some of you are going to work on that full roll down, deep C curve scoop in, trying to keep the legs down if you do that, and maybe a little bit more smoother. Good. And then some of you, if that's all you want to do today, roll over to your side, come back to a seat, do it again. Those of you that want to practice the full roll up, which as you know, I am not perfect at. I veer to the left and my legs come up, but practice makes progress. So inhale, exhale. I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to come up. I'm still coming up through my left side. That's my stronger side. Ideally, you want to come up through center and keeping your legs on the ground. Okay. So take a few rounds of those wherever you want to practice. Inhale. Try not to whip your arms up. Yeah, you'll come up, but you're using momentum, not your core. Get into the core. That training is what will get you to other things, not your momentum. And maybe you want to hold forward a little bit here in this one. Good. So that wasn't real comfortable in my back, so I'm just going to modify here. Good. Now you can also roll all the way down with bent knees as well. Always an option. Good. Now, some of you are going to stay with what you're doing. It's also okay if you need to take a break. Others are going to roll down and roll over. If you've got a neck issue, I do not recommend the roll over. But what it looks like is we'll come down here. This is going to be that arm connection. Rolling it down. Good. Rolling it over. Feet do not have to touch. Open your legs about quarter width apart. Toes point down. And then with control, that's where the arms come in. And you can roll that down. Now I go a little bit faster there because I have weaknesses in my own core, but that's where you're going. I also have, because of the weaknesses, you see me take my hands up behind the hips. Full advanced rollover, arms stay down. But you work where your body needs you to work. And then when you're ready, you can come up. Again, not real pretty. Now, those of you that are more advanced and can, whip these out here pretty quick, that's fine. Keep going. Oh, maybe not. Good. We'll take that again. There we go. Woo. And come up and over. When you've completed your last one, get a nice forward fold. Let the knees bend a little bit if you need to. So have fun in your practice. I mean, I'm not perfect in my own practice, but I keep trying. If you don't try, then you're never going to improve. And this is not meant to be serious. So have a little fun with it. Laugh at yourself. It's okay. Laugh at me. That's okay too. All right, from here, we're going to roll that back down. Good. And then once you get there, if it would feel good to you to windshield wiper, you can take that. We're going to take this into our series of 5. We're going to do the full set of series of 5 here. On a couple of them, I will give you a ring option if you want a little bit more thigh engagement there. So have that hand if you want to. We're going to start with single leg stretch. So from here, knees in tabletop position. Let's take the arms up here. Inhale, exhale, find that C curve. It does not really matter what leg you start with, but I'm going to take both of my hands on this one onto the left knee. Right leg comes long. I'm going to C curve, both hips are grounded, and switch. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Bring that down. Single straight leg stretch. Both legs will come up here. While we're here, just point and flex the feet real quick. Roll those ankles in one direction and then in the other. And here we go. Inhale. I'm going to C curve up. I'm going to grab behind my left leg. I'm going to take my right leg long. We're going to pulse this leg. When you pulse the leg, only pulse the leg that you're holding on to. Don't pulse. Try to not get into the habit of pulsing both legs. So here we go. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm trying to get out of that habit pattern myself, so you probably saw me a little bit there. That's okay. Take that down. Now, for double leg stretch, you can take your legs on the outside of the ring up from the ankles. So that little squeeze is going to give you some inner thigh engagement here. If you take your legs on the inside, giving that little squeeze, that's going to give you a little bit more outer. Okay, so you choose what you want to do here. So from here, I'm going to start right here on the outer. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to C curve up. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Oh, let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Bring that down. Now, for double straight leg stretch, you can do the same thing or change it up. So for me, I'm going to change this up. And not only am I going to put my legs on the outside of the string, I'm going to take my legs into a Pilates V stance. So if you want extra challenge, you don't have that ring, do this one in Pilates V. Legs are zipped up if you don't have the ring. So you can keep upper body grounded or C curve. Inhale, exhale. 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 Inhale, bend the knees, lower down. Remove that ring if you used it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. Oh, we've got crisscross. So remember when we do crisscross, we're leading with the shoulder, not the elbow. Hips stay anchored on the floor. The rotation is in the torso. Make those obliques, those side abs work. Knees in tabletop. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to take my right shoulder to my left leg, reaching that right leg, and switch. And 2, and 3, and 4 and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo! Taking that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's go to a nice supine twist. Arms out to the side, knees on tabletop. Let those knees drop over to the right or maybe left. They can go to the right first too. We're going to do the same thing on both sides. Breathe and expand. When you're ready, one leg at a time, we're using those abs to come up. Take that over to the other side. Breathe and expand. And we'll come back to center. So I'm going to use my ring to help stretch here. So I'm going to take my right ball of the foot right into that inner handle. Good. Your other knees can be bent or long depending on your back. You can have an overhand grip and pull in this way, taking that heel towards the ceiling. Or if you've got a little bit more, you can take your forearms in. Now notice how my knee is slightly bent here. So I'm not locking it out, but I assure you I am getting a very nice stretch in the hamstring. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, good, you can relax out of there. I'm going to move a little bit more away from my wall here. Good. So from here, again, you can have an overhand grip, or you can take that leg out to the right. Both hips stay grounded. And if you've got more, maybe you can take that elbow in there. You can wiggle around, find your sweet spot here. Both hips are grounded. So if your left hip popping up, your leg is too far out to the side. Help us to kind of relax into that. And we'll come back up. Good. Other hand, leg will go long. And we'll just arc over and find your little special spot here. So it might not be directly over. And you can kind of move things, wiggle things out here. When you're ready, let's take that back up, remove the ring. We've got circles. Smaller circles are easier than large. I'm going to demo large. Both hips stay grounded. 8 in each direction. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, belly button in. 5, 6, 7, 8, in reverse. 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. We'll give that leg a break. We'll take that to the other side. Left ball of the foot into that handle. Good. And we'll bring this in, pressing that heel towards the ceiling. Find yours. If you want to take your arms in there, you can. But again, an unlocked knee. I'm more open on this side today than the other side, but I promise you it's not locked. And then we'll release. Good. From here, you can take that out to the side. You can put that arm in there. Go where your body is okay with you going. Both hips are going to stay grounded here. And breathe and expand. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. Switching out the hand. Find your little arc over. And we'll come back up. Good. We'll release that ring. Left leg up. You choose the size circles that your body needs to stay grounded. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bring it in. We're going to roll like a ball to your seat, lifting up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Fight for it. Come up, find a balance. Great job. Take those legs forward. You can sit up on a blanket here if you need that. Some of you might even want to sit on your block. My legs are as wide as the width of my mat. My feet are in flexion. Arms to the side. We're going to side bend. As I side bend, good. Shoulders, hips in alignment. You're squeezing low rib cage and top of the hips together. Both hips stay grounded so the opposite side doesn't pop up. And we'll go right to the other side. Here's 2, 3, and 4. Coming back up. We're going to rotate. We're going to take this into a pulse. Careful not to jerk around your low back. So here we go. Pulse, pulse, center. Pulse, pulse, center. Pulse, pulse, center. Pulse, pulse, center. One more time each side. Pulse, pulse, center. Pulse, pulse, center. Spine stretch forward, arms forward. Good. We're peeling off that imaginary wall, bone by bone, starting from the crown. Deep C curve swoop. Reaching long, gaze is about right here. And then we're going to stack right up against that imaginary wall from the low spine, bone by bone, coming all the way back up. Good. And we'll go for 2. Coming back up. And 3. And 4. Last one. And coming back up. We're going to take that into stall now. So from here, we're going to do 6. So it'll be about 3 on each side. Arms wide. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to rotate. Reaching around. Both hip bones stay grounded. No pulses. Coming back up. Rotate. Reaching around. Coming back up. In 3. And lift. And 4. And lift. And 5. And lift. And 6. And lift. And relax. Excellent work here. I'm going to turn to the front. We're going to come to a nice adductor stretch. So legs are going to come out wide, maybe not necessarily the widest, but they can come out wide. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track towards the ceiling. Cushion behind the knees if you're really tight and you need support there. Big inhale, exhale, long spine, hinge forward. Make sure toes, knees, and hips don't turn in forward. Keep them turning towards the ceiling. Breathe and expand. I've got a long spine here. So when you're ready, we'll walk that back up. We are going to take another stretch with a twist. I'm going to rotate to the left and I'm going to fold and come back up. Move through center. Fold and reach and back up and rotate and fold. Reach and back up. Rotate, fold, reach. This time we're going to come back up. We're going to hold it here. Fold and reach. Reach through this side of the body as you fold this side of the body. Breathe and expand through that rib cage. And when you're ready, we'll come up. Inhale, exhale, rotate, and reach. Reach through that opposite side of the body. Breathe and expand. and we'll come back up. Good. From here, we're going to go into open leg rocker. So different things for different people. If that's not for you, you can practice a boat pose right here, or practice holding on to, wherever you've got to hold on to if you've got short arms. You can take one leg at a time out to the side. That's where you want to go. Some of you can just balance with both legs out here if you would rather not rock. I've got short arms. I can't hold on to the feet and keep good form. So I'm going to come right here, and here we go. I'm going to rock it back. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Find the balance, find the balance, find the balance. Great. Cross the ankle, come forward. Going to come into prone, which is belly down. Okay. So my favorite prone series is swan. So we're going to do that full series here. So coming into your swan, I'm going to take my hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders. My elbows are in towards the body. I'm rolling my shoulders back. Legs are about hip width apart. And I want the top of my feet to stay on my mat here. I'm zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. Good. And I'm going to lift. My shoulders stay back. There's swan 1. If this is okay, you can come up a little higher. Careful not to crunch the back or hang in the shoulders, and we'll lower. Good. Now you know where you need to go. Big inhale, exhale. Find your number 2. Elbows come straight back as you lower. Inhale, exhale, rolling shoulders back, finding number 3, and coming down. Inhale, exhale, rolling shoulders back, zipping up, finding number 4, and coming down. Let's take a quad stretch here before we move on. So I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to reach back and grab my pants, my foot, my ankle, wherever you can go. Reach from that right hip to that right knee. Find that stretch. Good. Breathe and expand. I stretch the back of the leg. Now we got to stretch the front. And we'll release. We'll take that to the other side. Bending left knee, reach back, grab pants, foot, ankles, whatever you can reach. Reach from that left hip to the knee. Good. And we'll release. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. Swan dive. If that's not for you, if you can't do a high swan, go back, practice swan. Swan dive, hands a little forward into the side, rolling shoulders back. Good. Find your swan and reach. And dive. And belly button is in. And dive. And dive. Stay with this or go into swan rocker. I'm using my glutes here. And I'm using my belly and my breath. Woo. Take that down, press back, child's pose. When you're ready from your child's pose, we're going to find a downward facing dog because we're going to do a little plank flow here. So I'm going to move forward. Good. Taller people, you can take your hands a little bit forward. Shorter people, you can stay here. I'm rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. I'm pressing in and up. Good. So I'm finding my nice down dog. And most of you, if you're not a yoga person, you can even take your feet back a little bit here. That might make the down dog plank flow a little bit more easier for you. Now, from your down dog, find the form because it's the same form that you're going to use in plank. So I'm going to take my elbows, move them to where they're a little bit more in alignment with the pointer finger. So I'm plugging my shoulders back. I want to feel that engagement around the armpit and the rib cage. My belly button is in. From here, inhale, exhale. I'm going to shift forward now into the plank, knees lifted or grounded. Take that sternum a little bit more forward. Good. Now, hips are going to lift. Come back down dog. Inhale, exhale. Find that plank. Find that engagement. Inhale, exhale, pressing it back. Press a little bit more into big pointer and thumb when you come into your plank. and come back in. And come back down. Good. From here, we are going to go into some push-ups. So you can come forward into the plank. You can stay lifted. You can ground down those knees. Elbows can come straight back if you want it more tricep, or shift your hands, elbows out to the side. I'm going to do a 10 count. You stop where your body needs you to stop in good form. Here we go. Halfway down. Exhale 10. Exhale 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Take that back. Round, round, round. Good. Let's get into the side series. Let's come to kneeling. So I'm going to bring my blanket back in here for knee cushion. Good. Now, some of you won't need your block. The block is more for people who have short arms, or maybe you have longer arms because you're a taller person, but your alignment is just not good when you try to take your hand here. So let the floor come up to you with your block. There's no shame in using your block. Good. So I'm on my left knee here. I'm taking my right leg out to start. Good. I'm going to take my left hand onto my block. And remember, your block is also customizable. So I need it on the highest setting because I'm 4'10". You can also take this down here or here. So go where you need. And then from here, find your alignment. I'm going to take my arm up. You can also have the hand on the hip. And I'm going to lift. Good. I'm zipped up. I'm nice and long. Okay. So from here, I'm going to tap. I'm going to squeeze and lift. Tap. Squeeze and lift. Tap. 3. Tap. 4. Tap. 5. Tap. 6. Tap. 7. Tap. 8. Little circle 6 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't let the hips move. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go with the kick. So flex, kick, kick, point and take it back. Squeeze that glute. Kick, kick, point and take it back. Kick, kick, point and take it back. Here's 3. Kick, kick, point and take it back. Kick, kick, point and take it back. Let that foot come down. We'll come up. Let's get a side bend over. Good. Just a nice little different stretch here. And then we'll come up. Good. Take that knee in, sit to that side a little bit. You won't come all the way down, but it'll give you just a little bit of a stretch in that hip. We are going to do a figure 4 stretch here momentarily for both of our hips. Good. And then when you're ready, good. We will just take that to the other side. Good. So now I'm on my right knee. My left leg is out. I'm zipped up. My hand is on the block as I need it. And I'm going to lift. And from here we go. I'm going to tap, squeeze and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 6 little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, that's challenging. Flex that foot. Here we go. Pulse, pulse, point and take it back. Pulse, pulse, point and take it back. Belly button stays in. Pulse, pulse, point and take it back. Pulse, pulse, point and take it back. Foot comes down, lift up, side bend over. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll come up here, bring in that knee. Whoop, don't fall over. Bring in that knee and just kind of sit a little bit to that left side. Good. We're going to come back onto our backs. So we're going to come back and be supine. And we're going to do some little bit deeper work here with the block and the ring. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, as you come down here, everyone's going to use this. This is one where the block will make it a little bit harder. Okay, so you can be here or you can be here. The reason I don't want you here is because I want both sit bones and the tailbone to have that support. And they only have that support here or here. Okay. So once you get down there, take that under the sacrum, under the tailbone. Make sure that's where you are. Make sure you're not in the lumbar. Good. Now, from here, if you want to add more challenge, this is where you're going to bring in the ring. So I'm going to take my legs on the inside of this ring. I'm going to take them all the way down to the calf. Good. Now I'm going to get a little bit of outward pressure here from the hips. Good. I'm going to zip up. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. I'm pressing my arms in. I'm going to start at the diagonal. Okay. So from here, I'm going to lift, lower, bend, stretch, lift, lower, bend, stretch, lift, lower, bend, stretch, lift, lower, bend, stretch. Stretch that long. Remember those double leg bicycles that we did in the beginning? Find that here. It's okay to drag. I'm still using my ring. And reach. And bend and drag. And reach. And bend and drag. And reach. And let's reverse that bend. Drag it forward. Lifting up. Bend. Drag it forward. Lifting up. Bend. Drag it forward. Lifting up. One more time. Bend. Drag it forward and lift it up. Remove that ring. Good. Now, to go into more of the bicycle, you've got options. You can take your block where you need it. And this is where you would also, if you wanted to, you could stack 2 blocks here. Now, it's a little bit harder for me to use 2 blocks because I have short legs. So it's hard for me to get up there without a little bit of play. But I'm going to show that to you here. Good. So if you're having any issues, we'll let that, you can do that. And this is going to be your bicycle here. And belly button is in. Okay. Some of you can do the full bicycle and you don't need the help of the block. I'll demo that real quick. I will be on a block today, but again, so you can start here. You're going to take that roll down. You're going to roll up. Good. Elbows are in towards the shoulders as best as you can, and you're kind of up here. And this can be your bicycle. Now, I'm doing mine even in a modification here, okay? Because I can't come real long without losing my form and my core. So if you have full bicycle in your practice, you want to go there, excellent, go for it. Those of you that are going to work with me in a modified version with that block, take your block or 2, place it underneath there. And here we go. Pressing the arms down if you're following me and reach. Belly button is in tight. This is still good core work, even if you're using that block. Let's backwards pedal. I find this actually a little bit more challenging than doing it with the ring a little bit ago. Good. And then when you're ready, in the way that's best for you based on where you went on a block or off, carefully come out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It is figure 4 times. I'm going to take that right ankle over the left knee. You can stay here. You can bring it in. You can find yours. Now, if you also need help, you can also bring that ring in here. You can also do it this way. Feels so good. And then when you're ready, good, release from that version. Find what you need on the other side. So my left ankle is over my right knee. You can stay here. You can pull it in. You can bind underneath here. You can use your ring to assist you. Find what feels good to you. And when you're ready, good, we'll release. Good. From here, we're going to roll like a ball to a seat. So however many times it takes you to get up there is fine. And once we've come to a seat, we're just gonna stretch some of the upper body a little bit here. So I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna clasp them, I'm gonna press the palms away, and I'm gonna rounding that spine, and my shoulder stretch here. My belly button is in. And then when you're ready, we'll take the arms up, hands come together, elbows are in tight, drop those hands behind you, tricep stretches. Now, for me, this is pretty good. However, people are different. So if you need something deeper, you can always take one hand, stretch one side, and then you can take the other hand and stretch the other side. So always kind of try to do what your body needs to do. It might not necessarily be what I'm doing. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. We're going to get that one more stretch. I'm going to use this ring. I like to take the hands on the inside and press a little bit. So this one you can do without the C curve. It'll kind of look like this. Good. But it's a nice stretch. And then when you're ready, good. Take a big inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, come down one more time, big inhale. Exhale. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, worked up a little glow, and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.